For NJ Advanced Media, I am Connor Hughes here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, where the Jets have just dropped their 11th game of the season. This one a very, very ugly game. 41-3, the score on Christmas Eve to the New England Patriots. And so with another Jets loss, obviously, as has become essentially a weekly tradition at this point, here are a few more culprits for today's defeat. At culprit number 3, we're going to go with an obvious one. He's, like these culprits, pretty much on the list every single week he's started, and that is Jets quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now, he didn't start this game, but he did fill in for an injured Bryce Petty and was just absolutely dreadful. In fact, Fitzpatrick looked like he had no interest in playing in this game at all. I mean, between poor throws, poor decisions, just chucking stuff up. I mean, I understand this season has been difficult for him. It's been difficult for everybody on this Jets roster, but you can't bring forth that effort or apparent effort in a game like this regularly. I mean, again, he looks like he's just going through the motions and doesn't care. And for a guy that was once viewed as this team's leader, that is certainly not a very good look. And at culprit number 2, we are going to go with Jets wide receiver Brandon Marshall. Now, Marshall last year, unbelievable. Probably the best single season in Jets franchise history when talking about a receiver. This year, he's been bad. And this year, or this week, I should say, was just another example of that. I think Marshall pulled in 2 total catches today. Just an ugly performance on really just a bad year for a very good player for whatever reason. And the number 1 culprit for today's loss, we're going to go with the man in charge, and that's not head coach Todd Bowles, but general manager Mike Maccagnan. Look, this is a Jets team that is flawed. They have issues on the coaching staff. They have issues on the field. But the biggest takeaway that I have from this team is that they just don't have talent. They just are not a talented team. They don't have a talented roster, and that falls on the guy who constructed and built this roster as general manager Mike Maccagnan. You know, when you look at this field, when you look at the players in this field, when you look at the way these guys are playing, some of them are giving it their all, but when you're not that good, your all isn't good enough. So our number 1 culprit for today and probably for this entire Jets season, we're going with general manager Mike Maccagnan. For NJ Advanced Media, I'm Connor Hughes.